Hello, 5K students. We are going to begin our lesson, and I believe this is lesson 2 for you guys. Today you're going to learn about how to name and use some elements of art to express your ideas, and you are also going to learn about using line and color to create your two-dimensional art. So we're going to get started. You will need a sheet of paper, or you can find your art folder that I provided for you and get that along with a box of crayons to do this project. So while I get the camera and everything set up, you guys go find your art folder and your crayons, and then we'll get started. Okay, here we go. So today we are going to use the element of art line to create this really fun project. Okay, so we're going to start out with lines that create shapes like these circles, and then we're going to use some lines that create these kind of oval type shapes that kind of run off the page a little bit. And then we're going to use lines to create different types of patterns in our project. So here we go. Let me go shut the door so you guys can hear. Okay. Hope you guys can see everything okay. Push this back up a little bit. All right, let's begin. All right, we need to start in the middle of our paper, and we want to do a small circle to begin with, but we don't want it to be too small. We want it to be about the size of a golf ball. So we're going to take our black crayon to begin with, and we're going to create a circle in the middle. Now, it's okay if your circle isn't perfect, okay? It's fine. It can even be oval shaped. It doesn't really matter too much, but we're drawing a flower, so we're going to start off with a circle in the middle. And then we're going to come out about 1 finger, and we're going to create another circle around that one. So it's about 1 finger all the way around. Okay. Now, once we've got our 2 circles, we're going to start with another circle out here, but instead of using a straight line, we're going to use a bumpy line. So I'm going to come out here, and I'm just going to make these little bump, or kind of upside down letter U's. And I want to go all the way around. I don't want to get too close to that line. I want to leave some space in here so that I can add pattern or some color to it. So now I have 3 lines, 2 small circles, a larger circle with a bumpy pattern around it. Okay? So if you need to pause the video at any time, you can do that and come back and hit play when you're ready to move on. All right, I'm going to start right here on the side, and I'm going to come up to one of these patterns, and I'm just going to draw a curve. The curved line all the way off the end of my page. And then I'm going to create another curved line, but this time my curved line is going to go this way. So I don't want all of my curves to go the same direction. I want this to look like a petal. Maybe part of the petal is out here and it's just gotten trimmed off. So that's fine if you don't get all of the petal on. Now, my petals are about this big, or about the length of my finger. So I want to do another petal about right here, another one about right here. So I'm just kind of marking where those petals are going to be, because I don't want them to get too big if this one is a small petal. I want them to be about the same. Okay, so now I'm going to start again, and I'm going to create another petal. But this time, I want this petal to start a little bit behind. I don't want it to come way over here and then go up. I want this first one that we did to overlap a little bit. So I'm going to start on the lower side of this petal. I'm going to curve into that line, and then I'm going to curve back down. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start here, curve up, curve back down, curve up, curve back down. Again, I'm going to use my finger to mark where my petal should end. Because I don't want to have a long petal that's really, really big and then everything else be short. So I kind of want to do them fairly similar in size. So again, I could start at the side of the petal that I just finished and go out and touch the dot. Kind of come back around, out and touch the dot, back around. That one's a little fat, but that's okay. We all know that not every flower looks exactly the same, and sometimes petals can be a little bit different. And ta-da, I'm going to come back down and finish off my petal right here. Okay, so that gives me the basic shape of a flower. So now we want to use lines to create patterns. So I want you to look at this for just a second. I want you to see how different these things are. We've used lots of patterns and projects. We want to look at the different things that we can do. So we talked a little bit about curly or loopy patterns. When we do this kind of just scribble type curl in the middle, and then we add some color into it like the yellow, it kind of makes it look like this is the area of the flower that has the pollen in it. So we can do something like that in the middle. We could do a bunch of little tiny dots in the middle. That would maybe make it look like pollen. But we want to just do something fun in there. And then we want to come to each one of our petals, and we want to create a different kind of pattern. So if you look at this one, this is that zigzag pattern that we use a lot. Then we just have some dots. Then we've got a little bit of a wave. This is our spirals. Some straight lines. So straight vertical lines, and then this is our broken lines. This is really big waves going this way. These waves are going across the petal. These waves are going the length of the petal. Then we have some circles that are not colored in. These are our solid circles, and these are open circles. We could color a different color inside there. And then we have another small wave and another spiral in a different color and broken lines going in a diagonal direction. So lots of different patterns on there. So you guys are just going to pick your colors and add your beautiful patterns to this. One thing you might want to do when you are done with your patterns is maybe you have some room on your page and you would like to add some leaves. So you can do that as well. So I might go in here and maybe add a leaf in, and you can definitely do that. Move it up a little bit so you guys can see. So maybe you want to add a leaf, and then maybe you want to add a line pattern. And then maybe later on, when you are ready to color in, you can go in and add some color to your project as well, even after you've added your patterns. So if you look at the one that I did, I began to add some color into these areas. So I may want to leave a white background and just have a pattern, or I may want to add in some color behind that pattern. So one thing we know about blue is that its complement or its favorite friend is orange. And so we might want to go in and add in an orange in that petal to add even more color, and that is absolutely up to you. This is your project. We don't want it to look exactly like Miss Madden's. We want yours to be an expression of you. And so you can add some color in there, but you do not have to. So I also know that purple and yellow are best friends. They are complements. They love to hang out together. So maybe I'll add a little bit of yellow in between those purple zigzag lines, just to maybe make it brighten it up a little bit more. Okay, so you can do as much or as little as you like. So your basic project would just be to draw the flower and add patterns. And then if you have time and you like, you can add in leaves to the background, or maybe you want to take a blue and begin to color in your background around your flower. Maybe you have some time and you just want to relax a little bit and color, and this kind of relaxes your mind. And then you can go in and add some beautiful blue to the background. Maybe this is a beautiful sunflower that's stretching up to the sky, and you just really want to spend some time on it, and it is okay to do that. And then whenever you look at it and you are happy with it, you will know when it is time to come to a stop. So this is your basic black line crayon, starting with your circles in the middle, 1, 2, and then a bumpy circle, adding your lines for your petals around the sides, and then you can stop if you like, or then you can go ahead and add your patterns, and then if you'd like to stop with your project at that point, you can. Or you can go on and add additional items to your flower. So maybe you want some leaves on there and a sky background. You can absolutely do that if you like. So I hope that you are enjoying your art projects, and I hope to see what you have created very soon when you come back to school and bring your art folders to art with you. So have an amazing day.